to the Byron and Pace podcast.
Yeah!
Welcome home.
Welcome home, ladies and gentlemen.
It's good to be back.
Oh, I've got the buzz.
I'm feeling great.
Buzz.
Very, very comfortable in our brand new studio. If you haven't listened to our latest episode, which was a bit of a serious one.
Yeah, we took it down a notch, you know.
Yeah, some of you may not have heard that side of us before. So, we've got our new studio on the couches now as opposed to the tables. If you're a fan on TikTok, I'm sure you'll see these new shots. But very looking forward to this new episode. As we stated, we have a lot of new plans for the podcast.
Do we?
Yeah, although I don't know how much of it we're implementing today. Yeah, but we'll be implementing it slowly. Yeah. We were supposed to have a guest on, but she got caught up in traffic, so she'll be coming on next week. So just the old Byron and Pace today.
Heartbreaking. But if you want to fade that music slowly out, I wanted to ask you, Byron, has anything happened in your life recently that you haven't told me about?
Yeah, there are things. I don't know how to tell it publicly on the podcast.
Well, we spoke about having things that would happen in our lives that we would then, but we're going to catch up.
But the issue is, it wasn't until 10 minutes ago that we were having a guest on the podcast. Yeah. And so I hadn't mentally prepped.
So you're now flustered
to bring anything on. I do have a segment for you I wanted to talk about, but again, had I known we were going to do this,
right,
I didn't have time to prep it, so we'll do it next week or something.
Okay.
It was to do with music. I kind of mentioned it to you.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, has anything happened specifically that I want to bring up on the podcast? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. What about you?
I mean, yeah. You would think that I would have thought about my response to this question
because you knew I was going to throw it back.
Has anything happened recently? Okay. I mean, so Ben Swisser, the other artist that Rico represents. Music manager is Rico for me and my project, and he has another artist called Ben, who's a 16-year-old.
Yeah, you keep talking. He's
unbelievable.
Psycho.
He's unbelievable.
Music player.
Anyone go check out Ben Swisser, Swissa on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. He's unbelievable multi-instrumentalist, and we wrote a dope song for him the other day because he needs songs written because they're in conversations with record labels, but record labels don't really sign you unless you have songs. And so we wrote this song. So he came into the studio and he was like, I was like, what do you want to write about? What are you feeling? All the rest of it. And he was like, I'm feeling a bit misunderstood, and explained to me a situation. So I was like, all right, why don't we call the song like Little Miss Understood and write it about and turn it into a relationship. So it's like, hey,
you love your relationship songs, don't you?
Well, it's like you personify an issue so that then other people can relate to it.
Yeah.
So we wrote a song called Little Miss Understood. And
Beautiful.
It's an absolute banger.
That's awesome. Keen to hear it. I'm sure maybe we'll put it on the decks. Put in the podcast. 100 Ks?
100 Ks.
100 kilometers. For those who don't know, which is probably everyone, Pace and I walked 100 kilometers last Saturday.
The goal was, which was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
The goal was to walk 100 kilometers within 24 hours.
Yes. So we previously had walked 80 kilometers.
How many miles is that, El?
It's 60.
60 miles?
Yeah, 60 miles. I think it's I think so. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more.
Right.
But I know 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers.
Right. Okay. Yeah, then that makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
No,
anyway,
does it make sense? I don't know.
Can you look it up?
Quick go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, we attempted to walk it 100 kilometers in a day, and it was epic, and it hurt. And
oh God, the feet,
the legs,
62?
the groin, 62. I was close. The
go.
groin, the hips. It's a monster effort. It's a mental game. It's a serious mental game because you hit 50. I remember when we hit halfway and I was celebrating because I had my Garmin and I was like, guys, we hit 50 kilometers. In the back of my head, I'm like, holy crap, we're only halfway. That is insane. We've been walking for 10 hours.
Harder,
and that was the easy part.
Yeah,
relatively. So 100 Ks, that's a big thing.
Yeah, and I'm proud that everyone we started with finished
crazy
at the same time.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. So
we got everyone across the line.
No, that's awesome. But should we jump into some stories?
Well, funnily enough, I have a story about walking.
Oh,
so why don't we hit it, El? And
what's she hitting?
Should we get into the fact or caps, Byron?
I think we should.
Okay. Did you know that an African woman once walked 2,500 miles to cure herself of genital mutilation?
That's over 3,500 kilometers.
Well, listen to this. Zara Benali. She was born in southern Algeria from a rural town, right? she, as a child, suffered female genital mutilation.
Yeah.
And as she got older, she had more and more health complications, chronic pain, chronic issues. And she eventually heard of this doctor in South Africa who was treating it, who was able to treat it. No one could do it in Algeria and in North Africa. Because it was a very specific type of surgery. And she didn't have enough money. Her family didn't have enough money to send her across the sea to Europe. So she was like, well, I'm just going to have to walk. So she walked from Algeria all the way down to South Africa. It's 2,500 miles. Took her 6 months. She literally just had a backpack and was like foraging and like begging for money and like surviving off people's kindness. Eventually made it after 6 months. Finds the doctor. It takes her 2 weeks to convince him that she's not just making this whole thing up, because he's like, "There's no fucking way that you just did that." When he finally realizes that she's telling the truth, he's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and he gives her the surgery for free, because he's like, "Well, of course, like I can't turn you away."
Yeah.
And he fixed her, and then she was all right, and then she eventually, people found out about the story, and the doctor pulled together crowdfunding and sent her home, like flew her home.
So she didn't have to walk back.
Imagine.
Oh my god. Okay, so 2,000 miles.
2,500 miles.
500.
6 months. Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
Foraging for food.
Yeah.
Far out. I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do.
If you can forage for a month, you can forage for 6 months.
Yeah, I guess you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, I'll say it's true. It seems like a random thing to make up.
It does seem like a random thing to make up, but this story is actually completely bullshit.
Oh.
Got him.
Wait, yeah, this is like, okay, I was saying before, this is like the freaking, what's the one I use? The Airbnb one. The Airbnb one, which is like, it's, everyone always says yes because you want it to be true.
You want it to be true.
Like, I want this story to be true because it's like an underdog.
There's like a, what is it, like a confirmation bias? Some sort of bias. There must be some scientific term. Elle, can we get a scope on that?
Don't worry about it. I don't think you've got the funny thing. But there must be some sort of scientific term that says, because it's like positive, you're more likely to say yes.
Yeah.
And maybe we can tap into that somehow.
Affirmation bias.
Affirmation, something like that, yeah.
We could ask ChatGPT.
Funny enough, you know, you say 2,500 miles.
Yeah.
My cousin's walking 4,500 kilometers this year.
Wow. So that's similar distance.
Yeah. It's like pretty much from Mexico through to America.
Wow.
It's like a famous trail, and it's like...
Is it to do with genital mutilation?
No, just fun. Yeah, old
ego.
school fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
That's going to be awesome. But I think he's mapping out 6 months.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be epic. What do you got, Elle?
I think it might be illusory truth effect.
Yeah, what does it say?
The tendency to believe false information to be correct. Oh no, that's repeated exposure. Sorry, never mind.
Oh well.
How disappointing.
I got one here.
All
I'm
right.
going to have to read it off the phone because it's a fan submission and it's very like scientific detailed. And if I try wing it, it's not going to work.
Okay, all right.
This is a bathtub that skinned people alive. So did you know that in 1973, a plumber called Martin Matthews designed a bathtub that would literally peel off his customer's skin? Unintentionally, I will say.
What?
At the time, most bathtubs were either made from ceramic or metal, which could cause them to crack, rust, and lose their heat quickly, so people couldn't spend long periods of time relaxing in a warm bath.
Yeah.
Martin set out to fix this problem by designing a bath from a mix of fiberglass and resin. Yeah, resin, which was stronger than previous baths and would be more insulated. However, when he sold his first few tubs, he received the news that due to particles in the fiberglass breaking down and entering people's skin, it was literally ripping pieces of skin off when customers dried and rubbed the towel along their wet skin, which would be covered in strands of fiberglass.
Yeah.
So when they did it, it would rip some of their skin off. Martin had to pull his bathtub off the market just 1 year after the idea was launched. However, he'd already sold over 800 bathtubs before it was pulled off.
Ugh. Yeah. I mean, it sounds true.
That's nasty.
That sounds nasty. It sounds true.
It wasn't like they weren't like bleeding and stuff. It was just like, kind of dead skin, and it was like. So it wasn't like they were like literally skinning them.
I imagine it's like chunks of flesh falling off.
Well, I don't know.
All right, that sounds true.
Sounds true. It's a fan submission.
Okay, but
it is completely bullshit.
Wow.
I know. When I read this, I was like, "Oh, bullshit! What?
Name
Fair play." So good on you, Paddy Colgan.
Paddy Colgan, love
Colgan, yeah, shout out. So. Yeah, fan submission, good stuff. I loved it. When I read that, and at the end, they're like, "Oh, by the way, it's bullshit." I was like, "What?"
So we're having a nightmare this episode with my camera.
Yeah.
We don't even know when it cut out last time, but we're not going back.
No, we're not going back. Too deep into it. This is the F1 driver who died, but he still won the race.
Ooh.
So in 1958, Sterling Moss was leading the Grand Prix. I was reading it. The Grand Prix in Silverstone, England. Him and his teammate were like leading, and so when you're leading, the teammate can like prevent everyone else from getting past in a way, and just kind of give you the point. However, there's a point where his teammate's car like just stopped working, and he had to go off, and he didn't finish the race, which means the other team started to come up onto him. During the point where his teammate's car went off, the safety car came out, and they got an opportunity to pit a lot of the other cars behind him and get fresh tires, while Sterling didn't. And so he's on these tires that are going. There's like 5 laps left. And they start catching him because they're on fresh tires. They get to a point where it's like the final lap, and they're like head and head, him and the second guy. They're going along. He loses grip, and he like turns the car right up to the finish line, and he rolls the car. As he starts rolling the car, obviously the other guy like slams the brakes, but he rolls over the finish line as he like dies. Because this is 1958. So the cars are not safe.
Yeah, there's no like...
You roll a car, it's game over.
Over the top, yeah.
They're not going as fast, but it's game over. And so he rolls the car pretty much either he was dead before or as he's died.
Yeah.
But due to the rules, because it hadn't happened before, he technically still won.
Wow.
And so there's this horrifying photo of the first, second, and third place with like the champagne. There's no one on the first one. It's just an empty like podium with second and third.
As
and
if you would have the celebration.
well, they weren't celebrating really. They were just like standing there, just like for the photo, just officially, because they had to like do it. And so since then, the rules have changed, and you can't win it by like it just goes to like second is first.
They should
and
have had
stuff.
his body on the.
But like it's like I reckon it's one of the most horrifying photos in human history.
Yeah. Unless the photo doesn't exist.
Unless
in the story.
it's a complete bullshit story and it just doesn't exist. Yeah.
See, it's a classic tactic to be like, oh yeah, you should see the photo. The photo explains the whole thing in a bullshit story.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one sounds...
So it's false.
I reckon this one is false.
False.
Yeah, I reckon it's bullshit.
What do you think, O?
I think it's false.
Think it's false?
Purely because we've had a story very similar to this in the past.
Have we?
We have.
Which one?
Oh, the jockey.
The jockey.
The jockey.
Jockey finished the race while
Oh
dead.
my god, did I do that one as well? I think I did.
Maybe.
Oh my
think so.
gosh. Wow. But what's your logic? Because we've had a similar one.
That is my logic.
Yep.
That you've
Interesting.
taken inspiration.
Oh wow. I didn't take inspiration for that, but it is false.
Hey!
It is false. In fact, someone said a fan submission, something about an F1 driver, and I just was like, it gave me the idea,
Right.
of which I then expanded on and kind of made up the whole story.
So does that fan deserve a shout out or not?
No.
Okay.
He just gave me like a bare bones idea, spark. It was enough.
You could argue that that's... You know.
No, trust. I'll show you it afterwards.
All right, fair enough.
But yeah, so shout out to me for coming with an epic story.
Well done. So 2 bullshits.
Yeah.
2 bullshits. All right then. Hell yeah. So do we want to roll with a new segment?
Yeah.
All right. Hey! So, if you can fill time for just 2 seconds.
Sure thing. Well, I've got an Am I the Asshole ready. I don't know, Dale. So Dale's reaching into... We have a free... So I should say we're in our lounge room now. Our new studio's in our lounge room. And we're currently got a mini fridge. So it's a bit of a man cave. Dale's pulled out the 4
We have
balls of ice.
We have
like whiskey. Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
get this for me? So
Yeah.
Byron, so my favorite or our favorite whiskey is Glenlivet. Shout out. And he got me a pack, which was like my favorite bottle, and also 4 like spherical whiskey ice cubes or whatever.
It's like a rubber thing, a mold.
And I thought we could do a section called Icebreakers, where we try to we put an ice cube in our mouth,
Yes.
and then try to explain a complicated scientific phenomenon to the other person, and they have to like figure out what it is and get the gist of it.
My worry is these are big balls. Like, you're not gonna be able to close your mouth. Like, these are not like, this isn't like an ice cube. Think of like, this takes up the whole whiskey glass.
Since this is my idea, I'll go first.
Okay.
See
demonstration. Wait, so I haven't prepped for this. Do I have to find a scientific?
I've got some for you.
But you know what they are.
No, I haven't read them all.
Okay.
I've got a whole list of 10. You can just pick one.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna do the first one. So let's crack open the
Oh, they're well balled.
ice balls.
They're massive. That's like your whole mouth.
Okay, here we go.
right.
Should I say what I'm trying to explain beforehand or not?
Isn't that the whole idea I've got to guess?
Okay.
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 I'm scared for you.
All right, here we go. This is called chaos.
I don't know what you're saying.
Called chaos.
Kale, what?
Chaos.
Chaos? Chaos something. Just keep going. I don't know what you're saying. They're too big. They're too big.
Okay.
It's a system.
The higher
The higher the system.
the
I don't know. Oh, he's dribbling over his shirt. He's crying. Oh no.
chaos.
I don't know what you're saying. I got no idea. Do you have any idea? I have no idea what you're saying. They're too big. The study of systems.
A higher synthesis.
The study of systems.
Higher synthesis.
The higher the something.
Very sensitive.
What?
Very sensitive.
I think you're going to tap out.
Okay. The higher system.
I got no idea, man. I got no idea. I'm tapping out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Chaos theory is the study
chaos theory.
of systems that are highly sensitive to initial conditions, meaning the small changes can lead to vastly different outcomes.
Bro, why we can't even explain something simple? why we going complex ideas?
Oh my god. Oh, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
You just walked 100 kilometers.
Oh, I know. I could not. Okay. So, your turn.
Yeah, but I don't think I should do something complicated. I think we should start with something simple. Like, the sky is blue.
Just try it.
All right, fine. We're good.
Okay.
It's so big. Oh. The multiverse theory.
The multiverse theory.
One or many universes that exist in a multiverse. This universe may have different circles, concepts, and issues.
I got nothing.
I couldn't swallow. Oh, God.
You gotta like throw your head back. So we failed at that.
The multiverse theory. You got that right. The
Yeah.
theory that our universe is just one of many universes that exist in a multiverse.
There you go.
I couldn't swallow, so it was like building up, and I was like gonna choke and die.
Oh my god. Well, I hope that was as fun for the listener as it was for us. Hold on. How was that as an observer?
A lot of mumbling.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. I think it's good.
It was funny to watch, but I don't know how fun it will be to listen.
No, I think it'd be great to listen to.
We'll see.
I think it'd be great to listen to. Am I the asshole for leaving my partner? I had been with my partner for 5 years and we decided to start trying for a baby. My partner and I have been struggling with infertility, and after multiple rounds of IVF, they finally became pregnant. Excited and overjoyed, we both began to plan for the new arrival. However, just as we were nearing the end of the first trimester, I met someone else. This person was everything my partner was not. Carefree, adventurous, and spontaneous. I began to question my feelings for my partner and ultimately decided to end our relationship and pursue a relationship with this new person. My partner was devastated, but I justified my actions by telling myself that I deserved to be happy and that my partner would find someone else who could give them a baby. But as the days went by, I started to feel guilty about my actions, especially when I found out that my ex-partner lost her baby due to the stress caused by the breakup. I couldn't help but wonder, am I the asshole for leaving them when they needed me the most and causing them to lose the baby? Yet, it was better to leave them now rather than once we start a family. I didn't know it would cause her to lose a baby, but am I the arsehole?
Yes. Yes.
Are they though?
I think so.
I think so too, but
I'm assuming he's like the person.
yes.
I think
But, I
leaving
mean-
your partner while they're pregnant with your child, that's
You think that's worse than when you've already had a child?
yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Probably.
Because I think the pregnancy and the giving birth and then that initial child rearing period is something that shouldn't be done alone.
Yeah.
And you have a responsibility to see that through.
No, I agree. What do you think, El?
Ooh, but it's love, Elle. Why can't you let him have true love?
Yeah, I think it.
Bit of a nightmare scenario all around, isn't it?
It is. I think it could have been a discussion.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a summarized thing. I assume there was a
know.
discussion.
But was it? I don't know. I think love. Maybe he should have just done it.
Ooh.
Oh my
Just
God.
rip off the Band-Aid.
No, I do get the perspective of it's like, well, look, if you've fallen out of love, I don't know. I'm not experienced enough in this field, but it's like, do you just do it now or do you just wait until like 4 years later and you go, well, I actually wanted to break up with you 4 years ago, but I didn't want to be a dog and do it when you were pregnant. Does that
But
doesn't really stand in an
the
argument.
difference is the child, and you
Yeah.
committed to that, and also like her losing a child she'll feel as though she's lost a child for her whole life.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, sure, but like,
No, I think he's the arsehole.
yeah, I think he's the asshole.
I guess the
don't
question
think he's
is,
the asshole. I just think it's really sad.
it is sad.
Yeah, I mean, there's no winners here.
No.
Yeah. It's a good thing it's not true, and I made the whole thing up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Byron.
Gotta keep you on your feet. Gotta keep you on your feet.
You're a bad man.
Gotta keep you on your feet.
You're a bad man.
That's a cap. Gotcha.
Fucking hell.
Good one though.
Yeah.
Good
It was
one.
a good one. It was a great one.
Bit of a chin scratcher, bit of a shock factor.
Had
I just
everything.
the issue is I keep going looking for these amateur assholes and they suck.
Yeah.
And they're just boring.
Real
and
people
they're like,
are just boring.
and they're
aren't
like,
they?
am I the asshole for my, I went to my sibling's wedding when I wasn't supposed to. It's like, freaking hell, man.
Yeah.
Give me something good.
Yeah.
I want something juicy.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like
I want shock factor.
murdering my partner's child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Manslaughter.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did you know that manslaughter is spelled the same as man's laughter?
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Think about that
Yeah.
next time you're thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, you got anything?
No.
All right.
Nothing. This was fun. I had fun doing this.
Yes.
For once.
And it was, I mean, look, granted, I think once we get into more flow and we can actually plan, again, we're supposed to have a guest episode, so we didn't actually have time to prep.
we threw this together.
I've got some segments I want to do. I got some ideas I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to start being more mindful of stuff. But yeah, this is a little probably taste of where we want to take the podcast in the future. Hopefully people enjoy it. It was still relatively the same, but a little bit more conversational. So any final thoughts from you?
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get those balls in my mouth again.
Hopefully we'll bring a music challenge next time or something.
Yeah, maybe.
See where we go.
All
Anyways, hit it, El. Thanks to El on the decks.
Yep.
As usual, crushing it. Looking forward to the future of Byron and Pace. Got some live shows coming up. If you're in Sydney, make sure you stay in touch. Follow us on Instagram. Give us
Yeah.
stars.
And hit us up with any people you'd like us to get on the show in LA or New York.
That's right. We're going to LA next month in February, depending when this comes out. Probably this month.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Much love, guys. Big kiss.
Thank you guys. See you soon. Bye.